What's up, DNC? All right, y'all remember this big old book from before? When Colorado Governor Jared Polis ripped a page out of it? This is Project 2025, the Republican blueprint for a second Trump term. It is boo. It is a real document that you can read for yourself at kamalaharris.com/Project 2025. You ever seen a document that could kill a small animal and democracy at the same time? Here it is. You know how when you download an app and there are hundreds of pages there that you don't read, it's just the terms and conditions, and you just click agree, right? Well, these are the terms and conditions of a second Trump presidency. You vote for him, you vote for all of this. Let's take a look. All right, do we got Matt here with us tonight? Is Matt here? Hey, there he is. Matt, how are you, sir? All right, Matt. Now, Matt, I understand that you work as an AV tech in Nevada, and you make a decent hourly wage, is that right? Oh, I don't know if we can hear Matt. Can we hear Matt? So who's gonna fix it? Keep speaking, Matt, till we can hear you. Okay, that's good. I guess we're gonna move on from Matt. And this is Becky. Becky, can we hear you?
Hi, Kenan. It's great to be here.
Thank you. All right, good. Now, Becky, you're married, correct?
I am. Me and my wife have been together for about 8 years.
Oh, that's amazing. Very, very cute.
Thanks.
But I have got some bad news for you.
I hate that.
On page 584, Project 2025 calls for the elimination of protections for LGBTQ plus Americans. So yeah, right back to the Stone Age. I'm afraid so.
Right back to the Stone Age. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Becky, for being here and making that wonderful point. All right, next up, we have Nirvana. Nirvana, are you with us? And your people are with us as well? All right, good. Now, Nirvana, I understand that you are on insulin to manage your diabetes, yes?
Yes, and thanks to President Biden and Vice President Harris, I only pay $35 a month for my insulin.
That is great. That is great. But on page 465, Project 2025 calls for millions of people like yourself to pay more for prescription drugs like insulin.
Why?
Why? Well, I guess maybe to help Big Pharma make more money that they can donate to Republican politicians, I assume.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, unfortunately, it does make sense. All right, let's talk to Anita. Anita, are you there? Yes. Hello, Anita.
Hello.
And Anita, what do you do for a living?
I'm an OBGYN who delivers babies and does surgery.
An OBGYN. She is an OBGYN that delivers babies. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, yeah. It's bad news, isn't it?
It sure is. On page 459, Project 2025 resurrects a law from the 1800s called the Comstock Act to ban abortion nationwide and throw healthcare providers in jail.
Oh my God, that is awful.
Yes, it is awful. All right, let's do one more. Is Sharia with us? Sharia, are you there?
Hey, Kenan, I'm here.
Yes, Sharia, I love it. All right, let's talk to you. I understand that you work for the federal government?
Yes, sir. I'm in the United States Department of Education. I'm a proud civil servant. and a proud union president.
She works for the Department of Education, and she's a proud civil servant. Well, unfortunately for you, on page 78, Project 2025 calls for President Trump to purge the civil service of everyone who isn't a MAGA loyalist. Are you a MAGA loyalist?
Now, Kenan, absolutely not.
I'm just asking. I mean, you might as well be, because also page 319 calls for the complete elimination of the Department of Education. There's a bunch of stuff in here, but that's all we have time for at the moment. Just remember, everything that we just talked about is very real. It is in this book. You can read it online at kamalaharris.com/Project 2025. And most importantly, you can stop it from ever happening by electing Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
Saturday Night Live superstar Kenan Thompson delivering a comic rendition on policy plans for the second Trump term. We should note, of course, that President Trump and his campaign deny that Project 2025 is the blueprint for a second Trump term, although Dana Bash, we should note, and Abby Phillip, there certainly are a lot of Trump people involved in the construction of Project 2025, and Mr. Trump has said very positive things about that project.
And never mind that, if you just look at some of the specifics that they were talking about, eliminating the Department of Education, that's something that Donald Trump talks about on the stump. He's completely okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's fair to say Project 2025 is outside of the Trump campaign, but it's also the truth that this is basically the skeleton of what a Trump transition would look like, the personnel, the ideas. Maybe it won't be all of it, but it's in there. And I think that the Democrats have successfully made Project 2025 almost like a household name, at least among their base and perhaps among people who are a little bit more informed about politics and about current events. That's a problem for Trump and for Republicans, which is why they've pushed back so aggressively against the idea that it has anything to do with it.
And there was something that that you noticed, both of you noticed, about the 5 real people that Kenan was speaking with so humorously. There was something that 4 of them had in common as opposed to the 5th, and that is 4 of them are women. And the gender gap in American politics has been trending very strongly for years. But this year, at least according to polls, it is so strong. The women vote is overwhelmingly for Harris. The male vote overwhelmingly for Trump, though not as much.
Yes, and there's the gender gap. Then there's the idea that for the last month, the Democratic Party has been rallying around a woman at the top of the ticket, which is the only other time they did it, which is in 2016. And it has been noteworthy to see how they are learning about what to do and how to confront Donald Trump as the opponent to a woman. 2016 and now, very different campaigns, very different female candidates. But they are doing so in trying to put forward male figures, Tim Walz being one of them, Doug Emhoff last night, who can speak to men out there who might not be the sort of testosterone-laden, gun-toting kind of guy who wants to listen to Hulk Hogan and the kind of players that came out at the RNC, or might want to listen to that, but also, in addition, understand that it's okay in 2024 to be a man comfortable in his own skin who supports a woman. And that's something that they really are trying to work on with male voters beyond the base.
Abby, we were talking about this earlier, the different definitions of masculinity in 2024,
right.
And what we saw at the Trump convention, which was, as you know, somebody, I forget exactly who said it, testosterone with Kid Rock and the Ultimate Fighting Champion guy.
Yeah, that guy.
And Hulk Hogan.
Dana White
Yeah.
and all.
Remember, Hulk Hogan actually ripped
Yeah.
off his shirt, and he had another shirt underneath, which I think is not exactly what the rip off the shirt thing is supposed to be. But in any case, I digress.
When you do it, it's not
Well,
like
you know,
that.
I mean, just on the Hulk Hogan of it all. I mean, look.
Who, by the
I
way,
will
said
talk
something
about-
racist
yeah,
the other night.
I was just going to say, I mean, just recently, he drunkenly asked a crowd whether they wanted him to body slam Kamala Harris. So when we talk about the kind of testosterone that they put on display at the RNC, that's what it was. There is a contrast that is going to be on display tonight here. I mean, there are going to be people associated with Planned Parenthood, the Human Rights Campaign, the LGBTQ plus organization. They are going to be putting those people on the stage to talk about a different version of America. But for Democrats, it's always this balancing act between feeding the need for their base to hear these messages of affirmation about a sort of rainbow coalition, if you will, of their party. But they do also have to talk to the people who maybe they're not comfortable with the Hulk Hogans, but they do want the party to speak to them.
Let's